Hey everybody, it's Shalan Hill here. I'm so glad to be here with you. It's a beautiful day and we've got fresh air to breathe and time to do some yoga. So I'm glad you've given yourself this gift. I'm glad to be doing it too with you. So we're going to sit in a chair. We're going to use the chair today. So you'll need to sit in a chair to start with. And once we get up into standing, we're going to put the chair up against a wall. So just to give you some foreshadowing there, so that the chair can be stable for you. All right, so let's gather ourselves and sit in your chair comfortably that your spine is upright. So your low back might be supported by the chair, but don't lean back at an angle. Okay, so keep your shoulders above your pelvis. And let's start to do some clearing breaths. So inhale through the nose, exhale blowing out the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale blowing out the mouth. So we're letting go of stress, of tension, of worries. Letting go of what doesn't serve us. Letting go of the past. Letting go of what they said. Letting go of what they did. Letting go of what you did or didn't do. Let's start allowing a space of more love and compassion for yourself and for others. It's all okay. All is well. Slow the breath down. Start to soften your body more. Everything's softening except for the lift of the spine. Everything outside of the spine is falling. Let your feet relax against the floor. Soften your hands. When it feels right for you, start to inhale deeper, filling up more of your lungs and your ribs evenly. So filling up the right side just as much as the left and vice versa. Being a loving source for yourself. Being a compassionate source for yourself. When you be that for yourself, then you can be that for others, or view others in that place of love and compassion. Forgiving them, forgiving you. We're also calming ourselves, calming our nervous system, calming our adrenal glands. Getting more into a place of listening. Maybe listening with your ears, but even more with your senses. So listening to the whispers of your heart or your inner guidance. Let your shoulders drop, let your elbows drop, soften your glutes. Let your spine float up a little taller, calming things down. Lovingly, with a kind compassion. You're always doing your best, and they're always doing their best with your current circumstances and conditioning. Feel this beautiful, magical, miraculous breath moving in and moving out. A very beautiful source of comfort for you, this breath. Let it be that for you. So with great thanks, we'll start to wiggle fingers and toes. Let your awareness rise back to the surface, maybe opening your eyes. So let's scooch to the front of your chair and let your feet come to the outside edges of your hips, so a little wider than your regular hip distance apart. And let's grab your knees with your hands and rock your pelvis forward and backwards. So inhale forward, exhale backwards. So think of cat and cow, but we're just seated though. So rock your pelvis forward, lift your chest, rock your pelvis back and collapse your chest, rounding your back. So your inhale, you sway your back. The exhale, you curve your back. And just get some mobility into the spine. When you rock forward, pull your shoulders back. Just open your front heart. When you rock back, roll your shoulders forward to open your back heart. You can take this as slow as you like. Strong breath through your nose. Let's do one more breath. And then sitting up nice and tall, take a few grounding breaths. Shoulders drop, elbows drop. Feet soften. All right, so bring your feet, your hip distance apart, so get your legs parallel with each other and bring your palms together at your heart. Now let's extend your arms forward in front of you and interlace your fingers except for your index fingers and thumbs. So make like a little Charlie's Angel gun or something. And so from here, we'll start to rock forward. Bring your weight into your feet, bring your weight into your feet, and just barely lift your glutes off the chair and push down hard with your legs, belly firm, good breaths. So it looks like this from the side. So it's like a chair pose, deep breath. The chair's not going anywhere, it's right there. Big breath. So push down hard into your feet, and on your inhale, we'll bring your hands to your heart and stand up. So push into your feet and straighten your legs. Good breath in, good breath out. Okay, so now I want you to move your chair against the wall, if it's not there already. So we just want it to be stable for yourself, okay? And I do like using a chair with arms if possible so that you have something to hold on to with your hands. So we'll stand in front of our chair, we're facing our chair, and let's step our right foot into the chair. So here I'm using my heel onto the seat of the chair, if that's a good height for you. If you're not feeling a really good stretch there, you can always use a higher setting onto the back of the chair if that feels better for you. So we want make sure your bottom foot is straight down from your hip here. So we've got good form there. So we don't want the foot too far back, or we will be unstable here, okay? So once you get your bottom leg settled, straighten both legs and drop your right hip down. So lengthen your right waistline, get your pelvis even and spine long. So we're starting a pretty good stretch in the back of our right leg. On our inhale, create a longer spine, flatter spine. The exhale, straighten your front leg better. And solid breath. So good stretch for the hamstring and even down into the low leg. But we're also not even just stretching the leg, we're stretching the whole back line of connective tissue that runs all the way up your back and wraps around your head to the forehead, actually. So with your inhale, lengthen your spine. With your exhale, straighten your front leg more or move your heart towards your toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, move your heart towards your toes or straighten your leg better. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and keep the back of the neck open. So we don't want to clench here, the back of the neck. We want to keep it long and soft. So we're just working this fold kindly for you, for your breath, with your breath. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe deepen your fold. If you're stressed out, then back off a little bit so that you can keep long lines in your body. And we want to keep the head unstressed. So decompress the head. Be kind about what you're doing. The body is much more receptive to the opening if you're not forcing it. Okay, so be kind and gentle about it. Inhale, a little bit longer spine. Exhale, maybe a straighter leg or deepen your fold. Let's do one more breath. And then if you bent your elbows, straighten them to lift your spine a bit better. Now let's take both hands over to the left arm of the chair and turn your left toes anywhere to the left up to a 90-degree angle. So whatever angle feels good for you. So when we do that, this left hip pulls back. So we're kind of widening the hips over to the left a little bit. And now we're pulling our hips away from our right foot, so we're getting a nice inner leg stretch. So inner thigh stretch on the right leg. So we can hold onto the chair if we like here. We can grab our hip with the left hand if you like. We want long lines in the body, so straight legs, long spine. Inhale, longer spine. Exhale, pull the hips away from your right foot. So the spine, we can lean forward as much as we want to here or find the right angle for you for your best stretch in your inner leg. It's all up to you. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, deepen your stretch. Pull your hips away from your right foot. You can always change the angle of the foot that's on the chair. You can turn the inside of your foot toward the seat of the chair better. That just changes the angle of the leg to see if that's a better stretch for you. If not, you can keep the toes facing straight up. You just find where your best stretch is. Let's take another breath. And then let's turn and grab the chair again and turn the feet forward. Face your hips forward. And then let's straighten and step down with that right leg. So let's start that over again. Okay. So grab the chair with the arms, turn to face the chair again with your hips and your chest, and stand down with your right leg. So shake the legs out a little bit. And let's do a down dog here. So either grab the front arms of the chair or the seat of the chair, walk your feet back, and lengthen your spine. Good breath in. Good breath out. Your feet are right under your hips, so they're not back behind, so that we have a lot of pressure in the hands right now. So feet right under the hips, and just pull your hips back away from your hands. Deep breaths, long spine, long arms. Head is between the arms. Take a big breath. So your full spine is straight and neutral, including the neck. One more breath. Notice the differences between your legs right now. Let's bend your knees and walk forward and stand up. Okay, let's do the other side. So grab the chair, left foot steps into the chair, push the heel all the way back to the back of the chair if you can. So that allows a flexion of the foot to allow a deeper stretch in the back of your leg. Let's get your right foot on the floor directly down from your right hip. So we're aligning our pelvis, aligning our legs. Drop your left hip down so that the left waistline is just as long as the right. So pelvis is even. Then spine gets long with the inhale. The exhale, straighten your front leg a little better. Start to deepen your fold as your body allows it. Inhale, longer spine. Exhale, straighter front leg. Maybe move the heart forward. Inhale, longer spine. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Make sure we're not curling or forcing here. Let there be ease and grace in your face. That was funny. Okay, inhale, long spine. Exhale, front leg straightens, maybe deepen the fold. Keep your pelvis even. Try to relax your forehead and your scalp. The back of your neck be open. Good breath in. Great breath out. Deepening your fold as much as you can, in good alignment and good form. Okay, so we'll straighten the arms. If you bent them, we'll grab the arms of the arm on the right side of the chair and turn your right toes either 45 to 90 degrees to the right, so that we're opening our hips up to the right a bit. Straighten your left leg. So now we've got that stretch on the inside of the left leg. You can hold onto the chair with this left hand or both hands. Right hand can come to your hip if you like, or you can even just dangle. But pull your hips away from your left foot. Good stretch on the inside of the left thigh. Maybe even feeling it down into the low leg. Inhale, spine longer. So your spine is pretty much right in front of your pelvis, but the pelvis is turned at a diagonal here. The spine can fold as much as you like. It's not that deeper fold is better here or not better. It's just about finding the best stretch for your left leg. Try to soften your jaw and your scalp. Keep pulling your hips gently away from your left foot. So we're creating a little traction in this left leg, creating space. do another breath. You can always change the angle of your left foot if you need to. Pull the hips away from your left foot. The bottom leg, you can always bend the knee a little bit if you need to. You don't want to lock the knee out. Let's do one more breath here. And soften, and let's grab the chair again. Face the chair with your hips and your heart, and let's stand down with your left foot. Maybe shake out a little bit. Let's do an L down dog or a down dog on the chair. Maybe shake out a little bit. Let's do a down dog on the chair so you can hold onto the front of the arms or the front of the seat. Walk your feet back. Straighten your spine and your arms. Straighten your legs. Your feet are straight down from your hips. Good breaths. Just balancing things out. Take a good breath in and a good breath out. Bend your knees and walk forward to the chair and stand up. Good breath. So we're going to do a pigeon pose in the chair if you like, or if that's not comfortable in your chair that you're using, you can do a pigeon pose on the floor. So on these chairs, we step our right foot forward. So the low leg comes parallel to your torso, and you slide your back leg back. So we want as much of our right leg on the chair, and intending to create a 90-degree angle in the front knee. Now, if you use blankets under your hip when you're in pigeon pose, you might want to use them in the chair. So you would just put your blankets under your right hip and thigh. Let your knee joint hang off of the front edge of the blankets. So your low leg will not be on the blankets if you use them here. So we want to turn our hips to face forward. Let your spine be long. This can be your pose here. Just breathing and allowing a really good deep hip opener here on the right side. External rotation of the hip joint. So you can always lean forward and support your forehead with your arms or on the back of the chair. If that feels comfortable. If the wall is getting in the way, you can move the chair off the wall. This back leg, we're just keeping just a kind amount of action in it to keep our body stable. Because if you let it hang, then our hips drop back. So we're just adding support for the pelvis. And we breathe and relax into it. Try to let your shoulders drop and soften. Let your mouth relax. Square your hips a little better to face the chair or the wall. And good breaths. Try to sink a little bit more into that right leg, softening it. Good breath in. Good breath out. Okay, let's grab the arms of the chair, lifting your spine. So you push down with your arms to lift your hips and stand down on the floor again and shake your legs out. Any movement that you need to be comfortable, and let's do the other side. So left leg steps forward. So bend the low leg comes parallel to your torso. Your front knee is bent a lot, so the outside edge of your ankle is against the chair seat. And then you slide your back leg back to land your hip a little better. Blankets would go under your left hip and thigh if needed. So that just creates a little more space for your joints in your hip and your knee if there's discomfort there. We're working toward a 90-degree angle in the front knee. And we want to turn our hips to face the chair a little better, to square our hips to face forward. And there's just enough action in the back leg to allow the hips to stay square. So this can be your pose here, breathing. Or you can lean forward and support your forehead. Slow, deep breath. Soft shoulders, soft mouth. Turn the right hip forward a little bit better. And soften into your left leg. Let's do one more breath. Then you'll slowly lift your spine, grab the arms of the chair, push into your hands to lift your hips and stand down to the floor again and shake your legs out. Any movement that you need to be comfortable, you do that. And let's bend your knees and lean your hands into your knees. And let's rock your pelvis forward and backward here, just to stabilize the pelvis again. You can also sit in the chair and rock your pelvis forward and backward like we did in the beginning of class. So inhale, sway your back. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, firm your belly. We're just stabilizing our core muscles too, and getting the pelvis nice and even. Let's do another breath. And relax. Awesome. It's time to rest. So you did awesome. I'm sure of it. So let's use the chair to lay on our back on the floor and put the legs up in the chair. So we want a 90 bend in the knees and the hips. So 90 degrees in the knees, 90 degrees in the hips. Lay on your back. If you need any extra cushion under your head, or if you need more height under your legs so that things feel nice and supported, you please give yourself what you need so that you can relax fully. Let your arms be long, palms face up. The hands are about a foot away from the hips. Walk your shoulders down from your ears. And smooth, long breath. Fall into gravity. It might feel good to close your eyes. Just returning to the breath as we soften the glutes. Let your inner thighs relax. Feel the crease of your hip, the front crease of your hip relax. Soften your calf muscles and your feet. Relax your belly. Let your shoulders and arms fall into the ground heavily. Ease your throat and your neck. Soften your eyes more. Forehead and scalp smooths. calming everything down. So grateful for this time. So grateful for this body. So grateful for this breath. So grateful for the health and well-being that you enjoy. So grateful for the abundance that you enjoy. So grateful for all the opportunity, all the resources for your highest good. Let your body get twice as heavy, twice as soft. You're always welcome to stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, you'll allow your breath to deepen, wiggling your toes and fingers, and stretching or moving in any way that would feel really good for you. You let your legs drop off the chair to one side, lay on your side. Please support your head with something. Good breath. You're giving yourself time for the fluids of the body to recalibrate. Getting more fluids back into the legs again. The legs are fresher after that inversion. Now let's push the top hand into the ground in front of you to sit up. You can always sit in your chair again, or sitting up on blankets, and gathering your palms together at your heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so honored to be here with you. Until next time, namaste.